Hey there, welcome back to Ace English and Interview Hub. This is your host, and today, we're diving into one of the most powerful yet misunderstood questions in job interviews. How do you handle feedback and criticism? Now, this question might sound simple, but trust me, it's a deep one. Because how you react to feedback says a lot about who you are, not just as a professional, but as a person. So, if you've ever been in an interview and felt nervous when asked this question, stay with me till the end, because I'm going to share the mindset, the strategy, and even a bonus tip that will help you handle this question with confidence and authenticity. Let's begin. Let's be honest, nobody really likes criticism. It's uncomfortable. Even when someone says, "I'm just giving you feedback," our first instinct is often to defend ourselves, right? But here's the truth: feedback is not the enemy. Feedback is a mirror. It reflects what others see, not to break you, but to help you see what you might be missing. In interviews, when they ask, "How do you handle feedback and criticism?" they're really asking, are you emotionally mature enough to listen? Can you grow from mistakes? Will you take guidance without ego? So, how do you show all of that in one answer? Let's decode it step by step. The first step is your mindset. You must genuinely believe that feedback is a form of learning. Say to yourself, feedback is information. It's not personal. It's progress. That's the mental switch successful people make. Because when you stop seeing feedback as judgment, you start seeing it as direction. Think about it: every great performer, athlete, or leader you admire, they all have coaches. They invite criticism. They want to know what can be improved. That's what makes them great. Let me share a small story. A few years ago, I was working with a team on a big project. I had put in weeks of effort, long hours, late nights, and endless edits. When I finally presented my work, my manager said, "This is good, but it's not clear enough. You need to simplify it." And in that moment, I felt that sting, that frustration. I worked so hard, and it's still not enough? But instead of reacting, I took a deep breath and said, "Can you help me understand which part feels unclear?" He explained, I listened, and I realized he was right. After revising it with his feedback, the project turned out way better than my first version. And that's when it hit me: feedback doesn't stop your progress, it accelerates it. So when you're in an interview and this question comes up, here's a simple 3-step formula you can use. Step 1: acknowledge the importance. Say something like, "I believe feedback is essential for growth. It helps me identify areas I might not see myself." Step 2: explain your process. I usually take time to listen carefully, ask clarifying questions if needed, and reflect on how I can improve. Step 3: give an example. For instance, in my previous job, I once received feedback that my reports were too detailed. I simplified them, made them more visual, and my team appreciated the change. That experience taught me to see feedback as an opportunity to refine my work. See? That sounds confident, self-aware, and growth-oriented. Now, here's something deeper. When you learn to handle feedback well, you build emotional resilience. You stop being afraid of opinions. You start seeing yourself as a work in progress, and that's the mark of a true professional. Remember, it's not about never making mistakes. It's about how gracefully you recover and rise from them. If you can express that in an interview, you don't just answer a question. You reveal your character. Alright, here's your bonus tip, and I want you to remember this one. If during an interview, the interviewer gives you live feedback, maybe they say, "Could you explain that more clearly, or you seem a bit nervous?" Don't panic. Just smile and say, "Thank you for pointing that out, I'll keep it in mind." This one line instantly shows maturity, self-awareness, and grace under pressure. Most candidates get defensive, you won't. And that's what makes you stand out. So, to wrap this up, handling feedback and criticism is not about being perfect. It's about staying open, humble, and committed to learning. When you embrace feedback, you don't just grow professionally. You evolve personally. So the next time you're asked, how do you handle feedback? Don't just say you take it positively. Show them that you use it as fuel for growth. If this episode helped you, make sure to follow Ace English and Interview Hub for more mindset shifts, communication lessons, and interview success tips. And remember, feedback is not the end of your confidence. It's the beginning of your mastery.